Will Sparks empty the clip? He does. His only chance to win this pot.
Hannah Haynes says you can't find a better good time guy than Tennessee Chad. You know, Hannah, I would tend to agree with you. I just met him about 24 hours ago, and he just seems like the kind of guy that would just give you the shirt off his back. He's just a nice guy. You'd want to go have a beer with him. We may do that after the stream, but seems like a great guy. Glad to have met him. Brad, it's been a crazy game. Brad Owen asked how did Ben get all of his chips. A couple big hands, obviously, but it's been an action game. 100, 200. You know how that goes, Brad. First-hand knowledge at this table. Table
Doug
11, under the lights.
Doug pulling off one of his specialties here at the Lodge. Finding a light 3-bet with fine hand selection, and then running into someone behind with kings. Classic stuff here. There is a 4-bet now put in from the kings. Looks like the ace-queen suited gets out of the way. So now it's on Doug. Does he want to peel 6,500 more in position with ace-6 suited? Pretty reasonable hand to call with, though the stack-to-pot ratio is not great. If he calls, he's only going to have 55K behind. The pot's already 20-something. Generally, you want to have a little bit more behind when you're playing speculative hand like this, but he does decide to peel 10-5-2-2 spades. Not much going on there for Doug. Definitely expect Nick to put in a bet here.
$7,000 bet from Nick with the Cowboys.
Like Doug peeled the flop here. He does have, you know, some solid backdoors, so versus small bet, it does make a bit of sense. Queen on the turn, nothing doing for Doug. Nick goes for a cagey check here. This is a spot where I'd like to see him bet quite large. Very draw-heavy board, makes sense to put in a bet. Perhaps he's going for the check raise all in. It's gonna work. In that he's going to get Doug to put in a bet, it looks like, just considering the fact that Doug is reaching for chips here. If Doug does bet, I'd expect him to bet something around 12,000, about a third of the pot.
14K?
14K.
Well, I guess that worked out for me.
Doug says, I guess that worked out for me. I'm pretty sure he means that he would have jammed the river, had it checked to him there.
Well, what's probably going to happen is I'm going to lose 40,000.
Sandwich bet on who loses?
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Chad.
Who really won there?
God, that's so unfair.
Take your. We each get 2 picks. Let us know in the chat who you think is losing. Who's going to be the last one standing?
I'm going to go.
Let's go. Hurry up.
With Ben.
Wow, you're going to say Ben's going to lose. All right, so you got. All right, I got Chad.
Yeah. They pay the penalty, but they also lose the most money. Exactly. Just because what happens is usually there
Queen
be a big
6-3.
pot, that pot still has to stand.
I'll take Sparks.
If you win a big pot, then you sit. So like, if you lose a big pot, then you're still standing. So like, usually it's kind of like snowball.
Let's go. You're going to pick somebody. They're in the middle of a hand
After
right
this
here.
hand.
So like, you must show.
Because it's not fair
Call it
right
clock.
now.
Clock to the bunker.
There's no clock.
Clock to the bunker.
34.
3,400 is the bet.
Chat thinks a lot of thinks Ben's going to lose.
Man, you just
That'd be sick.
flew to Ben.
18 hours into
I have Chat and Sparks.
I mean, no, you flew to Chad, yeah.
It gets really spicy when there are like 3 people. The longer you're standing up, the more likely you are to like blast off in the hand, right? Like,
Okay, so I will go Ben and
I got
you got
heads up
Sparks?
and 1 heads up.
God damn.
You
Rick.
got Chad and Sparks?
Yes.
All right. I'll get Ben and Nick.
Those are bad choices.
Well,
You got like stacked.
You're going
Had
to
to
lose.
rebuy mid-standing game.
That's it. It's
Or,
locked
like,
in.
buy out or something.
Lock it up.
You were there. Remember back here. He ended up doing well overall, so it didn't matter. But like, he lost. I don't know. He got stacked, had to reload, and then still lost, and then ended up losing standing game 2. And like,
I remember that. I put up here the whole week, so he drew well.
yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. Of course. He did.
for those of you asking why are they standing, we're playing What's Up game.
I'll let you read that one, Rick. $10 super chat.
Nova Poker Player, $10 super chat. Table 11, under the lights.
Eugene, like 2 hours south.
Someone's gonna try and
The Northwest is like so beautiful, gorgeous.
I need to go. Like the one part of the country I have not.
I mean, like obviously it rains a lot, whatever. Which like I don't.
Doug with 5-6,
A little bit.
facing the bet,
I ran
the
the
raise
college, the club
from
golf
Sparks with Queen 9 suited.
golfer and everything's
These
super
two will
lush,
battle again.
super greeny and like
There's a Queen on the flop and a 9, 2 pair for Sparks. But a heart draw
yeah, I had a really good experience.
for Doug.
Like, I was a big college football fan and everything. So like my 4 years undergrad, when Chip Kelly was the head coach at Oregon, his 4 years head coach and my 4 years undergrad. So I had like perfect timing. I got really spoiled with like all that. Yeah.
DQ, the penalty for the stand-up game is $1,000 per person. So it will leave a mark. There's another ace on the turn. 2 pair for Sparks.
He was in the NFL and went to UCLA. He did. He was 49ers for a year, and then he was in Philadelphia for like a couple years, and then I think he's at UCLA currently.
Loser will pay $7,000. There's 8 players total at the table, so $1,000 to each of the other players.
Before Doug came, it was like the biggest game I was running was 55.
Of course, well, and I learned about this Texas 2-5, right?
I mean, still.
But still, and then
It was Texas 25.
it was like a week ago, whatever, week and a half ago, they made this every
Huge bet from Doug. $9,000.
and then they put caps on like 2-5 games, 1-3 game, and bomb pod caps, which I think is very healthy for the ecosystem.
Making it really tough on Sparks, who flopped 2 pair,
Started playing cards like 8 years ago at 1-3 with no money.
but got counterfeited there.
About that school, right? So like to have a foundation where people can not go to a 1-3 game where people are sitting on 10,000 is really, really important. You know? It's really, and then just the regularity of every day at 3 if I show up, play a game. Like it doesn't go every day if it breaks early, but like at least that's regimented.
Yeah. Again, it's just wild that like it's running when
Makes the call, and Sparks
Well, I mean, I think about
will get to take a seat. Got some of the greatest dealers in the country. Right now, I think we have 170 dealers in town for the Lodge Championship Series. So what does that mean for you as a player? It means you're not going to wait. You're not going to sit around and waiting for somebody to bust a tournament. If we have the players, we're opening a table. Tons of cash tables available. 82 tables available for cash and tournament play right now.
Lotting question, like
it's got to be under $1 million though.
for how many cows are there in Texas?
How many cows? A lot.
Sparks here, balancing out his range, juicing up the action. 7-6 of diamonds, king high flop, 9 and a deuce. Nick with a mystery holding.
Good job of getting rid of him.
Definitely chicken.
Yeah, it's a chicken.
cards a little bit more.
Like the number of chickens that like
1.6. Doug, is there more eyes or legs in the world?
Eyes or legs?
What was that question?
whole world.
Doug got
Two pair
asked.
now
I feel
for
like it's one of those
Ginge.
things where you want to say legs, but it's eyes, but I'm going to go legs.
I don't know.
It's like doors
No,
and
it
windows.
no.
Doug just got asked, are there more eyes or legs in the world?
Think about fish.
Fish in the sea, man.
Are there more eyes or
There are a lot of eyes.
Oh, that's true.
Are there more wheels or doors in the world?
Yeah, this, the wheels
That's
for
the
sure.
question.
This has been on the internet last like a month ago. I'm gonna kill it.
Wheels or doors?
Don't bring it back.
Wheels or doors, eyes or legs? What does the chat think? I'm confused.
I'm team wheels as well. Like, there are a lot of Hot Wheels.
Like, guys,
there are like 8
look at our
billion
chairs.
Hot Wheels
Look
made.
at all these wheels. We're wheeling around over here.
Somehow we always get back to the wheel, Rick.
Yeah.
That dirty, dirty wheel. Ace on the river. 2 pair here for Ginge. Not much going on for Spark. Let's see if he wants to bluff
There are a lot of houses.
at this. He has all the aces here. He was the one who wanted to raise pre-flop, knows that his 7 high is no good, and this pot has 17.2 in it. Ginge checks.
Most cars cancel out, right?
Yeah.
He's folded 2 pair on the river before in this session earlier. Also a set. Sparks is going to have to go massive if he wants to win this pot. Otherwise, Ginge will be calling.
No, drawers from a dresser. You have
And
wheels.
Sparks is reaching.
Spend a lot of time with it.
That's not enough. Gets snapped off. Nice pot there for Ginge.
Austin is truly one of America's best cities. Lots to do. Doug with ace-8 suited. Will make the call.
All right, players are opening up a 1-2 element. When acquiring name, please come to the front. Will N, MJ, Jerry N, Fred Q, Joseph O, Kurt, David G, Dominique, and CBE.
So 5 ways to a flop.
Gotta earn it.
5 players.
No hearts are dead, so this could get nasty if those come out there. But
It's
no
not
hearts.
ace, all diamonds.
Good flop for Ben. He's got middle pair and the 3rd nut flush draw. Other than that, Doug and JD essentially tied for the lead here. Doug does have the best hand at this moment, but quite likely to be a chop between them. Oh, and now Ben's going to take the lead with the 3rd nut flush. Nick does have a flush himself, just the 6 of diamonds though. Ben's not going to bet here into 4 players, which is a wise move. Now expect Ben to go for some value. And it's really just going to come down to Nick if he decides to hero call with that 6.
Bet 2.5.
Nick just wondering, is my flush going to be good enough?
Raise 10,000.
He raises. Wow.
Got it, huh?
Really interesting play here from Nick. This is a very strong raise. Ben bet into 5 players, 4 players, 5 players total, 4 other players on the river.
Wow.
Now that's a great raise.
A lot of people in the chat want to see Joey Ingram. Of course. Jacks again. Ace Queen again as well. Tara's the one raising on up to 500. And JD says, let's play for 2K on the button.
Why'd you start? I started with 40 and then I went to like 42, 43.
Nick Schulman, of course, one of my favorites.
Yes.
Shout out to Ali Najad, doing great work there with the Trident series, along with the Rast. Taras makes the call, as does Nick, so we're going to go 3 ways here to the flop. 10-7-4, 2 hearts. Nick connects with bottom pair, JD still with an over pair, Taras with 2 overs. Checks around to JD, and he goes for about 1/3 pot, about 2K.
And then the phone came out. Like, that happened to me once. Or like, I went back and forth.
Christopher Stanley, I'll answer that question after this hand.
I'd always be like, oh, thank God. And like, it was like so happy.
Another diamond here for Nick, so picks up more equity.
You're back to being a slave.
Also the second 10 to the board. So,
But the thing is, when you have it, it's like.
and Nick is going to lead turn here after
I'm fully addicted. It's bad.
just calling flop. Leads turn here for 5.5.
Laptop.
Perhaps trying to
Laptop
rep
and cell phone, it's probably like
trip
have neighbors.
10s. Also could blast off a number of rivers here. Diamond, heart. Turning
Yeah, this
these
is a quite advanced and good play from Nick here. I think you might want to go do this for a little bit of a bigger size on such a draw-heavy board when you're representing specifically trips, but in any case, really nice play to lead out. Puts JD in a tough spot. And that's an interesting river. Let's see if Nick decides to turn his 8 high into a bluff. Obviously, he's not going to win.
Yeah, he's
in any other way.
absolutely going to bet here. And he's reaching for some bubble gums and a couple bananas. Goes for, I think it's 13,000. So little over half pot here. And JD moving around, cracking the knuckles.
You know what the people that really get screwed in this country? It's the guys making between 500K and 3 million. Because look, you're in the top tax bracket, but you can't afford the perks of the Deca millionaire class where they have a full-time tax.
Doug just talking about millionaires and perhaps billionaires, and
You're gonna miss all the
JD
breaks.
says, "Let me
You pay
just
the
win
highest rate, pay the
35,000,
highest tax rate.
please."
We're getting fucked in this country. I'm just telling you.
Makes the
right
call. Great call there from JD. You got to admire the heart from Nick. 2 pair jacks and 10s. Wins a $47,000 pot.
Jacks again. That's the hand of the night so far. We've got 3,000 people in chat right now. Let me see where we're at right now on the likes, because we need a cool 1,300 likes on it before 6:30 p.m. We're at 421.
That's such a generous number.
About 50 minutes into the program. Got another 2 hours and 40 minutes before we decide if we're getting overtime or not. Chat decides that all the time.
How about the chat lets us know what would be the first thing you purchase if you stumbled upon $150,000? What are you buying, Rick? What are you buying? Some Skechers? You're probably buying Skechers and a sandwich.
The complete Tommy Bahama wardrobe. All right, let's listen in.
That's 15.
Listen in to what? Nobody's speaking.
Let's see if they talk.
You're literally the GOAT at saying listen in when the table is quiet. Pipsqueaks, pin needles.
Terrace calls.
David's paying off his car. A lot of people paying off their truck, buying a motorcycle, going on vacation. Danny Bowser wants to do a little real estate investment. Buying into the mystery bounty this afternoon, perhaps. That's a good answer.
Two checks.
Tara's here with the check mark. Pair of 10s. Not much going on here for Doug, but he's reaching for chips. Goes for about full pot. Can he get Tara's off of second pair? A good bluff card here for Doug, trying to represent a king. But we know it's just jack high.
So much missed here, though, it's hard to imagine Terrace folding ace-10.
I would agree, but the body language here doesn't look too strong, holding the cards and not the chips. Usually a sign for a fold.
It does seem like he wanted the check back out of Doug there, for sure. I agree, Skull.
Deep breaths, perhaps a little sweat coming down from the forehead. Now reaches for the chips, makes the call. A good call from Taras. Doesn't get through. 100, 200 on a Friday afternoon here. Middle of May. LCS blooming going on right now. The Mystery Bounty Tournament. $1,600 buy-in. $1 million guaranteed. And a $100,000 Mystery Bounty envelope will be pulled on Sunday. So if you are local or if you are in the surrounding areas, come on down to the lodge, get into the mix. Ginge now wakes up with the jiggities. Suited Broadway for Sparks. 1,700, the new price to pay.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah.
And Sparks makes the call, so heads up to a flop.
The legend of the 3-phone guy.
Ace Jack 8 set for Ginge.
I briefly had 2 phones, then I was like,
Gutter to Broadway for Sparks here, backdoor clubs.
one phone is funny.
1800.
And Ginge not slowing down at all, nor should he on this board texture. Wet with the hearts. Sparks could easily have an ace in his range, want to charge and get value from that.
We'll pay for separate one. Just like good because then I can like shut it off at the same time.
I think Sparks is going to want to peel here and see a turn card, perhaps pick up additional equity with a club, drawing to the nuts. If a queen hits, that's not a heart.
What's work and what's like not work gets so commingled for self-employed people. It's like, what even is, which is even which at this point, you know?
I think some people also like really paranoid about like what they do on their work phone. I don't know.
What are you doing over there, JD?
Reaching for raising chips is Sparks.
Charging here. You know Ginge never, ever leaving here. He might even fire in a raise and get it in right now. Makes a quick call. So this pot has blossomed into a 14.3. Another heart here on the turn. Neither player with a heart.
These games define
Sparks now in a tough
so much
spot.
Like in January, the 100
Check raises flop.
Like, you're going to be buried until forever. And then
schedule another one. And that's why you.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's what you did. You're like checking us stuck.
Almost at a 1-to-1 stack to pot ratio right here.
The kitty week was good though. I did well that week.
Yeah, it's very sad here. It's unfortunate for me, you know.
And Sparks taking his time here on the turn. What should he do here, Ricky? I'm not even quite sure. This is a brutal spot here for Sparks.
I gave a few away.
Well, he hates the hearts, first of all.
Little surprised that he checked raise flop there. And he fires in another bet here.
5,500?
Yeah.
They all blend together.
Snap call from Ginge, not going anywhere. And this pot has 25,000 in it. Another heart. So not really the run out that Ginge wanted to see, but I never see Ginge folding, even if Sparks rips it.
Horrible run out for Ginge.
Good. Let the rumors
I'm advertising for you.
Will Sparks empty the clip? He does. His only chance to win this pot, jamming his remaining 12,000, and Ginge, a little sick to his stomach, lays it down.
King high.